Hello.
Wait a minute. Are we back?
We are back. I
Is
love
this
that
on?
you say that like every time. Are we back?
As I stare at the screen, knowing exactly the
Daniel's
down
standard.
to the millisecond when we get back. Head back to the throne room in Evermore and listen to what Leander has to tell you. He's right there. Just tell me now.
So Tommy and I were watching, completely unrelated to anything we were just talking about. Tommy and I were watching this past week, weekend, a Dungeons and Dragons live play.
A live? Oh,
Not live play, actual play.
for a second I was like, we've gone
there's
too far.
difference. Actual play.
Is it a live stream of?
No.
Are you talking like a play, like a play?
Like a play, like people play it.
Oh, not like a performance play.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a performance, I guess. I'm overthinking this. Go ahead.
On Dimension 20, or by Dimension 20, and the game master was Matthew Mercer.
Mm-hmm.
And the premise of it was pretty cool. It was a world based on the food pyramid,
That's cool.
and this was actually the second time they had done this world. Matthew Mercer was the game he was running was like a prequel to the game that had previously been played, which was called A Crown of Candy. And the game Matthew Mercer was running was called The Ravening War, which is mentioned in A Crown of Candy.
That's cool.
And the DM from Crown of Candy was one of the players.
You won't be able to play freely for a while after this point. You're gonna have one arm tied behind your back. Sorry, you were saying?
And it was really cool. It was... We had not watched Crown of Candy, but we knew shit was getting crazy. And then we watched like the post-session things, and it was like, holy shit. And we're like, I guess we have to watch Crown of Candy now. But I don't want to like spoil anything for other people, but like they interact with people in Ravening War that are very important to their character, a couple of them, to their characters that they played in like in the previous
You
game.
can only do that if you have like if you've got that continuity. That's like I wish we could do that.
Maybe we can.
Well, we can,
I might do that. I don't know.
but that's the only time I've ever been able to do that in any RPG ever.
I might do that with your Cyberpunk thing.
Oh yeah, no, I mean I always thought that was the point of us making those characters is that we can be like, hey, I went to buy this shop this person owns.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's my boy.
We were playing last week, 2 weeks ago.
Thanks.
And
You fucking traitor. Sorry, it's fucking traitor. Oh, I gotta go on vacation now that you guys are getting suspicious. You kidding me, fool? Batu, can you just kill him?
Yeah.
You're a criminal.
yeah. Roland.
Back in this dark hallway. B, do you enjoy watching people play role-playing games on the internet? Tabletop role-playing games specifically?
Ooh. It's gonna get me in a lot of trouble.
You can talk shit.
I would say
You have my thanks.
not generally. But I love the
No.
the production value
What?
of Dimension 20.
I've never ever watched anything from Dimension
it's-
20 ever.
It is, and it's fun. Maybe I'll show you something a little bit after this. It's just, like, there's something so self-serious about, like, Critical Role. Even when they're having fun, there's something just so like, serious about it.
Don't they have real actors on Critical Role?
They do. But they're all, that's sort of the thing, like, they're all actors. Dimension 20 is from College Humor, and so a lot of the people that are on it, a lot of them now, there's a bunch of, like, people that are, I guess, more actors, or, like, professional TTRPG players, but a lot of them are, like, just comedians, or, like, professional people who, like, were trained in improv.
I don't know what you're talking about.
And so, like, it's playing D&D, but also everyone is like on the sides, like making jokes about stuff, or like trying to just be interesting.
Roland?
Do they have continuity with characters? Like, do they like play the same character in different campaigns?
Well,
or-
usually what they'll do.
Coincidence that our precious resources only go
Roland.
missing on this treacherous dog's watch. And what of the shady fella in the cloak he met with this past evening? Just an old pal come for a chinwag, was he?
You know Roland just from another
I'd like to
dimension.
hear you explain that little lot away, Mr. President.
There must be some mistake. Mustn't there, Leander?
Please, Leander, grown-up version of me.
One should not rush to judgment on the basis of hearsay alone, but I must say, this does seem...
You know, hearsay is admissible in court with a lot of exceptions. Like, it's people act like it's like bar to entry, and it's like. Then again, I guess no one's. People don't really study
Sling
that.
your hooks before
There's
I
something
fling
I find
them for
deeply
ya.
disturbing about
That's
Leander's
how much trust I've earned, huh?
rank in relation to Roland.
Maybe I would be better off someplace. my
Leander's
talents
been-
will be appreciated.
Senior advisor / ruler of a kingdom for hundreds of years.
So
Um,
that too.
Roland was president for at most 8 years.
Not even the
Yeah.
slightest
And like
attempt
Roland
to
is the
defend
senior
himself. One cannot have...
senior advisor and Leander's the junior one.
Yeah, stupid. It's because Evan. It's because he got the little boy's heart. That's why.
Well now.
Wow, this guy's already. The news spreads fast, huh? This is happening way too fast. I mean, I knew that I've been saying this all the time, but like, this is happening way too fast. Oh, the bastard.
Mousingers had spies among Evan this whole time.
Wait, are we gonna believe that Roland's like actually trying to get the spy?
Lofty just looks like kind of an idiot.
He like has a stomach ache and he's like gurgling.
There was a thing I remember hearing an actor say that was one of the most important things they learned on set, and it was somebody told them if your character doesn't have anything to say, don't leave your mouth open because it just makes you look stupid.
Yep. My mom used to say that to me too. She said that I would catch flies with it. Shout out to my mom who's watching this. No, you're not watching this, Mom. You don't know how to use YouTube. What am I saying? There's a part of me that's like, oh, I know, like Roland's gonna be like, oh, it was a good guy the whole time, but there's a part of me that just wishes Roland's just a bastard and then we just kill him.
Maybe you do kill Roland. Maybe you don't.
Or Roland kills Evan and then that's the whole story.
And then he becomes the main character.
Yeah, just like No Country for Old Men. Spoilers.
Oh, so I was gonna say, Dimension 20 has like sort of different things. They have like their main adventure or main adventures, which they usually do for like 1 to 2 seasons, which is about like 30-ish, 35 episodes that are each like 2.5 hours. But it's like they're different settings. They're not like in the normal setting. Like one is called Fantasy High, where it's like D&D but in high school. Another one is The Unsleeping City, which takes place in just a modern day New York City.
But does that have fantasy characters? Is it like
I mean, it's just like New Yorkers. I mean, they do like
level up knowledge of Subway?
they do basic kind of like they do have things like a world below our world, or like flip side or mirror where there's magically stuff and like spirits and whatever, but it's just New York.
Because rest assured, I bear you no ill will. We're cool, bro.
But they have a bunch of like side stories, which is what Tommy and I mostly like, which are like 6 to 10 episodes.
Why are there weed leaves back there?
Yeah, and those are great. They have
Yeah,
like
those
a-
are fun. I like. I don't know that I could follow a whole campaign, but if there's like easy to get into, because I have aspirations of writing campaigns for a TTRPG one day.
No? Indeed. I was talking about your campaign the other day with Tommy, actually.
Man, I could make that shit so much better than what it was.
I was saying every time, I mean, you had to happen to have a big cave, a couple of big caves, but something I did every single time we went into a cave, I don't know if you remember what I did. I asked how high the ceiling was.
I think that's how they became big ass caves.
Because I was like, I want to know if how high the ceiling is. Is there anything on the ceiling I can dislodge and drop on people?
Which I think happened on at least one occasion.
Yeah.
So my idea, I'm gonna just put this on the record right now. My idea was like, it's my first campaign. I was the DM. I really wanted to do it, and my idea was like this, like, obviously, like most DMs, I made the rookie mistake of having an enclosed space, like a place that's like basically it's a one-way trip via portal, and it's like creepy, and there's all this creepy shit happening, and it ended sort of like abruptly, but I always wanted to revisit the idea. Oh my god, what's this?
Chinggis.
Is it Chinggis?
Are you Chinggis?
I
Or
don't
are
remember
you
what
the
Chinggis
other
looks
one?
like. I'm gonna be honest.
Master.
That's it.
Kunbish.
Kunbish.
You're one of Batu's men.
Wait, it's Batu?
Kumbish is the name.
Shit. Sorry, Batu.
This gentleman was apprehended after being observed behaving suspiciously in our airspace. It is our belief that he is a spy.
Curse you, you devils. Didn't I say already? I was looking for Master Roland.
For me? Why?
Forgive me, Your Honor. Seems I made a blunder.
You sure did. And why am I not surprised?
You're an idiot, and I'm cool. My name's Roland.
Now, Mr. Crane.
Mr. America himself.
Let us... Dispatching one of your former allies should provide us with adequate proof that you are ready to serve a new master.
No, no. Listen here, you rat-faced swab, you.
Is something the matter?
Why is this such a
Surely
long
you
fucking
are
scene?
capable of such a straightforward show of commitment.
Skip.
We
Sorry,
gotta kill
folks.
people.
Ahead of yourself. Let's just say I prefer to use my own methods.
You gonna
Yeah,
poison him and then
guns.
come back later?
Master Roland, no. We're shipmates. You can't just...
And this shipmate is shipping off.
Brr. Holy
Whoa,
shit.
okay.
It's nothing personal. You were just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Ah! Curse you for the traitor you are. Ah! Ooh.
Holy
Oh.
fucking shit. What
He's a-
the fuck?
Dude's American, through and through.
Happy now?
Oh my god.
Happy enough.
That'd be cool if the game ends right here. No, there's some fucking scam because he was flipping that bullet. It's some kind of like sleepy bullet or something.
Yeah.
You say that, but they did kill Oliver's mom in the first 10 minutes of Kuni 1.
Yeah, but that's different. Those are bad people doing it. Roland's supposed to be the good guy.
Do you mean just like the Dark Jin from Kuni 1? Was supposed to be a good guy at one point?
Oh, are you suggesting that he's possessed in some way?
Oh. What was his name? Shadar?
Yeah.
What?
Be a fucking king, Evan.
See, like the fact that they're just sitting quietly for like this is so fucking slow.
Wasn't Roland one of our best friends 5 minutes ago?
Yeah, and yet he made it across the kingdom. Did he steal our airship? Maybe.
Wow.
I'm so impressed with your strategy. It has many words in it. Really?
It's almost like you come from a world that is constantly at war, or in cold wars.
I need you to steal it from me. Yes, I would like to be the Weasel King of Ding Dong Dell.
All of these countries are signing up for this non-war or non-aggression treaty thing. Are about to learn what cold wars are
Yeah.
and why Broadleaf is going to win.
Because of the misinformation campaigns they're gonna run.
Captain Buck.
Howdy, my name's Captain Buck.
Why does it sound like a rat
Oh
Or-
my goodness.
or a cat name?
It's gonna be like Attack on Titan where we're gonna find out some crazy shit in the 11th hour.
Wow, that was a jump.
Well, the jump is real, unlike the jump in some video games.
Were you saying something about your campaign?
Some video games.
About your campaign?
I was saying that I have this idea. Well, this happens to me quite a lot when I'm like at work or whatever, where I get a flash of an idea. But it's just like D&D, at least in our lives, or any RPG, is so limited by like time. Like we're playing, like we're doing our Cyberpulp thing, and then I'm also in like a D&D campaign that's like we try to get through it like twice a month, if we can, if we're lucky. And it's just like, I don't know. Everybody wants to DM in my group, so it's sort of like I know that I'm gonna be like last in line a little bit, but
Well, that's interesting.
but then also like finding time to sit and write and do all this other stuff. It's just like the ideas are way cooler, and like I wish I just had like a little bit more time for the execution,
Yeah.
which is a bummer. You at least made it like a real project, so you have everything is like productive.
Oh, you mean like creating a system?
I could make it a cyberpunk thing.
What?
Cyberpunk, you could do anything, right? You could have magic
Yeah.
and knights, kind of,
Yeah. Absolutely.
and lasers.
That sort of already kind of exists in it, in a fashion. Maybe we should do a video where we put a cyberpunk video that we post on the channel. Is that
Like a
what you were
game?
saying?
Like a game?
Yeah.
I don't know. Nobody needs to see my ugly ass face. We could be like that YouTube. All right, when we get to 1,000 subscribers, we'll show our faces.
Yeah, and if this video comes out after we've hit 1,000 subscribers, then you'll have already seen our faces.
Or you'll see our faces in 6 to 8 months when that video comes out.
Yeah, or that.
Head to the room at the top of the stairs.
Doo-doo-doo. That all went pretty smoothly.
See, I knew it. I'm really a good guy. I read in a book somewhere that you can't trust.
That you can't trust a rat.
You executed him in his jail cell.
Could have happened to anyone.
That's true. Anyone could have been in that jail cell, and Roland would have executed them in cold blood. Is he gonna bring out his pistol? Oh. What is that?
What the fuck is this?
It's so cute. This guy's like, what the fuck? This thing has never made an appearance in this game. Am I crazy, or
You are not crazy.
you just had this skeleton key tadpole? I could use one
Yeah.
of those.
A key pole? No. A tad key?
A tadee. The lockety
Locket
clicker.
scuttles off, looking pleased with itself. It just walked away. You let that guy go?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh, is this a flashback?
Uh-huh.
I like how they're like, let's get a sandwich. Also, we should think about Ding Dong Dell. Let's talk about this at a random time in passing. That's exactly what the other guy said. Where did you squirrel it away?
This is actually true. Did you know that?
What?
I think I mentioned that in the beginning. How castles were designed for all the turrets to look the same. And to be, in like medieval times, castles to be pretty uniformly designed. So that only the people who lived there would know how to navigate it. So that if invaders came, they wouldn't know what tower they were in.
That sounds like a useful thing. Although at some point you can't help uniformity, right? I mean, there's like there's one good way to design a castle. But it doesn't matter, you know. If you have guests, you just lead them.
I mean, it sounds like you're saying there's only one good way to tie a bow.
Well, that's not true. Maybe, I don't know. I don't really know how. I don't know a second way. So there's only one good way for me.
How did you know that was the place to go?
Because I have spider senses. Because the camera also weirdly pointed in that direction. Whoa!
Whoa.
Really? You couldn't fucking figure that out? Like the mouse dude? Like you spent search high and low for it and you didn't like think to check? Like
Why
it's
would
probably
you?
a draft. Wow. Oh, there's a boss here, isn't there? Ooh.
Starfall sword.
The Mark of Kings. And guess who's going to be right behind me?
Yep.
Something very special indeed. The market.
I've had it this whole time. I was just double-crossing your double-cross.
So it was hidden here all along. And hidden very well. Believe me when I say
I literally do not believe you.
They keep saying long and hard.
I am disappointed.
Long
To deceive one's
and
professional
hard.
master.
I'm sorry I keep skipping the dialogue early, folks.
And that's
but
not true. Lofty said he was
Isn't that what they say?
like
Indeed it is.
long and strong or
I am
something.
so very
That was gonna go
glad
Shakespeare?
When he became a dragon.
Now, if you would be so kind as to
And
hand
over the mark. I'm a shady
This
character.
belongs to the king. My king.
The person who thinks I betrayed them, bro.
Of course, if you'll sign the declaration, I'll be happy to make you a trade.
You speak of your pathetic.
You and what army?
Now I hardly think you are in any position to bargain.
Not interested, huh? Well, let me know if you change your mind.
Wait, but what was the thing about it being red?
To send
Is he going to
us
use a
far,
trip door and teleport away now?
I must confess I had not thought your young protege capable of such subterfuge.
Well, he's not about to poison his rivals or anything, but he's coming along.
I forget, Mausinger was like the vizier or something?
Yep.
But you of all people surely understand that no dream worthy of the name can be achieved without certain sacrifices being made along the way.
What a plotting line of dialogue. Jesus Christ.
And I would do it again in a heartbeat.
I would do this really weird roundabout thing that I just did again in a heartbeat.
So what is this dream of yours exactly?
To kill the
For
cats!
too long, our kind have suffered at the hands of the Grimalkin.
The weasels will rise again.
My dream is a simple one. To see our feline oppressors prostrate themselves at our feet.
I can get down with that.
But I mean, I can understand that. But like, the king
I'll call it what you will. It matters
had
not.
made the law of the land that you guys were equal,
I aim
and
a new era.
that you were his chief advisor to ensure that all people were treated equally, and then you killed him.
See, it wasn't good enough though.
Yeah, he didn't want equality. He wanted domination.
Tell me something. If your kind were so downtrodden, how exactly...
Oh, look.
would you wind up living in
You and Roland are on the same page.
Ha! He used me. I was the unwitting tool of my persecutor. The puppet.
He wanted me to.
My people more compliant.
Whatever helps you sleep at night.
Oh,
What the fuck? I'm a dark wizard!
This man.
With my weird haircut. He looks like that commercial. Berries and cream, berries and cream. I'm a little boy that likes berries. I forget whether it was like a
so
cookie?
Mousinger isn't evil. His assistant dude is.
What?
That's right.
Transition lenses?
Flash bomb. Grenade. This isn't Blade. Or I guess Van Helsing. He just
Wow,
tossed,
that just with that shot, he's just I'm cool guy with my cool glasses.
he just tossed a fucking Higgledy and then ditched it.
I need to get out of here, but first we need to slow down. You got shot in the arm, dude.
But first, I'm level 40 and everyone else is probably level 41. Oh no, okay. Cool. They're weak sauce. Whoa.
Holy
You may need
baloney.
to adjust your tactic tweaker. That is a bad
I
name.
don't think I can do it.
In combat. Mouse Captain.
Holy baloney.
Have you heard the people making who made the Shadow of Mordor games? Mordor games are making a Black Panther game.
Oh, I did not hear that. That's cool.
That news came out today.
Didn't they make the
Is
Harry
EA
Potter game that came out?
Did
That
they?
them? That was a monolith game, I think. There's like 5 monoliths, so I don't know which one.
There are a lot of monoliths.
There's Monolith Soft, which is
This is Xenoblade.
and then there's Monolith, which is the one that made the 2 Shadow of Mordor games. Holy Lord Christ. Come on. Just fucking die already. I don't want to kill those mouse sorceresses. They're like they're cute and they have little,
Tactic
little
Tweaker.
hoods.
I don't know what those people would be weak to. Well, never mind then.
Was it just a natural foe? Is
Uh,
it solid bodied? Is it? Are these mice beautiful or brutal?
solid. They're solid bodied.
Sure.
They're not reptilian. Yeah, whatever. That seems fine. There's stuff going on there.
Boy, I always forget the fucking tactic tweaker. I have a lot of battle points.
What is that? Effectiveness of heavy attacks.
Sure. This works for me.
Oh, go to the dungeons and set Kunbish free. But you shot him.
He's gonna be like, I was a mighty fine ruse there.
I hope Evan's been doing side quests during all this while Roland's been away.
I hope he's been collecting money from the coffers. Cool. Awesome. It's because Roland sucks. It's amazing how much easier this is when your weapon does 180
So-
damage.
Tommy's got. Let me say this. What would you say if somebody told you they had time seeds? What would your first
Like out of
thought be?
context?
Yeah.
It would be a dirty joke.
It'd be a dirty joke. What's
Yes.
the joke?
Like some kind of semen thing.
Huh.
I'm not saying I would say that out loud, but you didn't say it was the first thing I would say. You said it was the first thing I would think.
That's true.
I would think that, and I'd be like, can't say that, and then I would be like, what's a time seed?
So so Tommy's gotten into gardening, but she was for a while saying she had, not like mentioning it in the same idea, just being like, I have these time seeds, and I'm just like, how? Like,
It's like a timeshare. It's like you buy a part of the seed and then you only own it.
you have a seed that governs time.
Maybe, and dude, if anybody fucking has a seed like that, it's fucking Tommy.
True, which is why I was like, that's really fucking confusing. And then I realized, after I think a week of hearing her say this, that she was talking about the plant.
Oh shit!
Thyme.
Man, we're both just fucking idiots. I was literally thinking like, oh, the tree is like light. It's gonna have like light, and she can like make people younger.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, I'm exactly the same.
Jesus Christ, I'm such a fool.
I'm like, I thought she was just like joking, or something. I don't know.
I was
And
just
then she-
fucking
and
with
then I
you.
was- and then I was
Bro,
like-
I got time seeds. Oh, in the same bag as a magic beanstalk, huh?
Yeah, and then I was doing the dishes, and she was like next to me, and she was like, what do you think of this time? Like, do you think the time is gonna grow? And I was like, oh my god, you're trying to plant time.
You were like, tell me, time waits for no man. Roland
Roland
pops
pops
a
a-
ribbity drop. Sounds like he's about to
It's
fucking start
close his
rhyming.
mouth before
He's about to drop some bars. A ribbity drop.
Yeah, it should be called a bippity bop. Okay.
Can I use that on myself?
Oh, hopefully not.
Get inside my pocket, Kunbish. Oh shit! Am I a frog? Are we gonna have frog combat?
Where do you put the swords?
Up your ass.
Curse you, Roland.
Look at Roland. It's a frog. Little pompadour looking hair. Wow.
It reminds me of Final Fantasy.
I really disliked that whole part until the end with the frogs. That was great.
Excuse me?
Well,
Yes.
He would have killed me. Roland would have assassinated me, killed Batu, taken Tani hostage.
Murdered a few people on the way out.
It was an elaborately staged performance. I don't know that I would, if I was one of these people,
Was
I
it
would
elaborate?
not catch on.
Was it elaborate?
I couldn't help but notice his really obvious, weird, funky ass eyeballs.
I know this because we use them, all over my kingdom. Yep.
Let's hold this up to the camera. It says right here, I'm betraying you. Please don't tell anyone. Did Roland kill that guy? That rat who was like, yo, come to my kingdom. It's Dr. Mousinger.
forgive me.
Oh shit, it was Leander.
What? And what you're saying is he's an idiot. And you needed a gullible idiot to ensure everyone believed the lie.
Mr. Drippy would have not fallen for it. He would have been like, what is this nonsense?
Am I gonna forget? What was Mr. Drippy's catchphrase?
He's the High Lord of the Fairies.
Was it like crikey?
He would say flip and flip.
Yeah, that's what it was.
He would say crikey. He would say
No,
weird shit.
flippin' heck.
Yeah, flippin' heck. Oh my
Flippin'
god,
heck,
he's
man.
the best, dude. I fucking love Mr. Drippy. He's such a badass compared to just fucking chud. Floppy? I already forgot his name. Shit.
Lofty.
I forget his name.
It's
every
so
episode.
bad. It's
Goodness.
Hi, Dad. I mean, Roland. I'm sorry, Evan. I put you through a lot. But don't worry. I killed Kunbish.
Oh, that cheek!
that cheek.
He's so fucking boring compared to Mr. Drippy, dude.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, he's like he very clearly wants to be Mr. Drippy.
But they don't even talk about Mr. Drippy. They don't even acknowledge Mr. Drippy. Mr. Drippy's a
They
non-entity.
don't even mention the fairies, which is kind of weird.
Yeah, they had the whole like village and shit. Evan, this is for you. It's my gun. Kill me.
Kuni! Thank you.
Wait, did he sign it?
And
What?
so at last the hour had come for Evan to return. To
Oh,
Kingdom
I thought Roland was like, I got him to sign it. He fell for my elaborate ruse.
Independence. Bright-eyed, yet heavy-hearted, he prepared to take the final steps of the journey he had begun. What now seemed a lifetime.
What seemed like 27 episodes
His
ago.
dream of a united world.
Was it 27 episodes ago?
You know what's useless is that this game has both a narrator and that little kid who plays God. So it's like there's all these omniscient. Fuck, god damn it.
My father and Mausinger
God, I kind of just want to tell you.
each other.
No.
Okay.
Sometimes it's just not possible for people to stay.
Sometimes people kill other people.
Sometimes the circumstances
Sorry for that
just
accent.
won't
I just
allow
this
it.
guy's just irritated. I shouldn't be doing
I
that.
can't believe that father would have hated someone or been suspicious of them simply because of their species.
God.
Privileged ass motherfucker over here.
Yep.
Look at this guy. How could anyone be? I've never heard of that.
How could anyone be racist if
suppose he was
I never saw him around mice?
Afraid.
How could he be racist if he was never around mice? Racist against them. You know what? I see why you buy that argument.
Dedicated his life to was using him, and will one day cast him aside. Think about it. What could be more frightening than being discarded by someone you love? Not that I know all the details, of course.
I'm just God.
Right.
Does Evan tell other people about these dreams? Oh man, this crazy ass kid with blue hair keeps telling me weird shit about my dad.
And it keeps on like hinting at what we're about to do.
Yeah, he's almost like next time on Dragon Ball Z. Evan's dad. So if they fucking hated your dad, you'd be like, all right, he's a dick. He deserved to be murdered. I can't think of any big JRPG
Land of my fathers.
where I like love the intro. I was like, yeah, we gotta keep doing this. Like,
All right.
even the traditionally exciting ones, like
What do you mean?
every time I think of a JRPG beginning
Yeah.
that I've played, it always like feels like a drag.
Even Final Fantasy VII Remake?
Yeah, it's like, oh, the reactor, here we go again. Or like, I mean, Xenoblade Chronicles had a fun intro.
Or you just mean like a game where like
The first 3
they
hours.
they don't maintain the energy?
Where like, yeah, the first hours are always like, let's kill some rats. There's an ancient
Yeah.
kingdom, and your friend gets killed, and you're level 5, so you suck.
Huh.
Like, why can't more RPGs like Super Metroid us? You know, give us all the shit at the beginning, and then, or Metroid Prime us, and then take all our shit away, and then at least have a fun intro and teach us the mechanics.
Yeah.
I mean, like, this game felt like a 10-hour tutorial.
Which is admittedly shorter than Ni no Kuni 1.
Yeah. Like I was learning stuff in Nino Kuni 1 up until you get the last party member, pirate guy.
That's actually the premise of a video by a guy, I want to say Adam Millard. About how he finds, well, part of it is he just finds, in particular, RPG combat to be incredibly boring. And
Some people are
And that-
subscribe to that. They're
and that like takes him out of the energy of the story and stuff.
What level is this dragon?
But I don't know. I can see what you mean. I also think there's like a reason for that though.
You know
Because
what?
like there's just if you held on to
Nope.
if you held on to all that tension from like the opening of like one of these long ass games for 10 hours, people would just fucking break.
Oh yeah, definitely. And
Good.
I
Good door.
definitely think like
There's a trapdoor. You missed it.
where,
Right there. On the ground.
and I definitely think like there needs to be a break in the pace, right? Like for instance, like Final Fantasy X does a pretty good job. Like I don't remember a lot about that game, but I still remember the part where you.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, I gotta go around the back, huh? I still remember the part where you come, you get out of Xanarkand, and then you're like underwater with the Albed,
Yeah,
and then
ball.
that thing almost kills you.
Yeah, that's a great opening.
Yeah, like,
That sort of keeps on that kind of keeps it up.
and then the other thing I always think about is when Tidus like shows up. Is this correct? When Tidus shows up, I'll grind a little bit. To what is it? Is it Besaid, the first village you're at?
Yeah.
And they do the prayer, and he's like, "That's the Blitzball line for victory." Like I remember thinking, like, "Oh, that's cool as fuck." Can't wait to see how this plays out. And of course, never proceeded to never finish that game. But
Yeah, that's great.
been 20 years.
Yeah. That sort of does the you don't. I mean, they do have like you fight weak enemies and stuff, but they don't really give you
Like fetch questy type thing.
yeah or like a fight like a weak sauce fight tutorial, I guess. Until like really far in, I guess, technically speaking. Because when Xanarkand is attacked, you're fighting like Sin Spawn. It's like, oh my god, the
Yeah, right.
thing is being attacked and you're fighting the
Orin's
boss's
there.
things. And Orin's like, fuck, here's a sword, figure it out.
Like that's still stuck in my head. Okay, so maybe that's the
And
one.
then you're like, oh man, now you're in the, they don't tell you until later in the game, you're at the Baal Temple.
Yeah.
Baal. And yeah, you have the boss fight down there against the monster that I think you can beat. You don't actually beat in the opening because it's too strong.
The one that the weird like the one that spawns all the sin shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Because like 7 feels like such a drag for me. Like there's that whole like basically everything leading up to like Shinra headquarters is kind of a drag, except for Wall Market, of course.
Wall to Wall Market.
I love Wall Market so much. One of my favorite pieces of music ever.
I don't even remember it.
Oh, dude, don't even worry about it. It's gonna come up at some point in the video that we do.
My
Oh.
favorite, I think we mentioned this, my favorite combat battle theme ever though is Final Fantasy IX.
I think that's just
Yeah.
the Final Fantasy IV one that they just kind of did up. It's a classic one. But yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, Final Fantasy VII does kind of drag at the beginning.
Like 9 kind of drags at the beginning when you're in the petrified forest and stuff.
But that could, I don't know, I like 9. You've got the...
You do the little duel.
You do
at
the,
the
you do the,
beginning.
you do the, yeah, the duel at the beginning.
But then you're like with Vivi and it's like, oh, it's like gold. It's like
Then you do the
Prince
play.
Puck.
It is really confusing though. When I was a kid and I first played 9, I was so fucking confused about what was going on with the, forgetting what they are, the jester guys
Oh,
running
and
around.
when you're doing the fake play and you do the fake magic or whatever.
But like the whole complicated relationship between the jesters.
Oh,
and,
you mean
and Steiner and
Beatrix?
Beatrix was just like slapstick comedy that was going.
Zorn and Thorn, that was their
Zorn,
names.
that was going completely over my head.
Oh yeah, dude, it was so silly. But then Steiner and Beatrix kind of have like a weird. I don't know if it's romantic or if it's just like admiration for like martial prowess, but
Yeah, I
there's
guess
definitely something serious going
It is
on
like
there.
that. Is that? Are they? Does Steiner love her, or does he just think she's awesome?
Yeah, probably
both?
both. Yeah. I love Final Fantasy IX because you can get a sword called the Excalibur 2.
Wow.
I love Final Fantasy IX because of that opening, or that cutscene in the beginning where everyone is being chased by petrification magic,
Yeah, and
and then they're
forest,
immediately
yeah.
like, "We don't know. In order to get rid of this petrification, we need super soft."
Mm-hmm.
And people that were your teammates in the beginning get stuck in the petrification.
Yeah, Blank and I think Blank and Marcus get stuck, and your boys from Tantalus. Tantalus?
I have never gotten past the first 5 minutes of Final Fantasy VI, so there's that.
Six tries to be cool. 6 has like you're in the mech.
I've not gotten past the first 5 minutes of 6, not because I haven't wanted to get past it, but because years and years ago you gave me
Oh, this piece is from the first game.
emulator for 6.
What are you talking about? I gave you the cartridge in the original hardware.
Yeah, of course. And no matter how hard I tried, the game crashed after the first 5 minutes. My mother told me.
I'm gonna tell the stranger exactly what they need to hear with no context.
Yeah.
8 is a drag at the beginning. You have to go to that cave and. the
But you know what
cutscene
game
takes
is perfect
forever.
that nobody talks about? Kirby 64,
Freedom
the Crystal
Fighters.
Shards.
Freedom Fighters. Oh, okay, sure.
I love that game. Actually, I was
Were you playing that?
I was playing that when you
Were playing that today?
came in.
I saw something with a cute life bar, and I'm like, that's probably a Kirby.
It was the first Kirby game I ever played. And remains a favorite. I am so happy that the Switch has the thing that lets you play the old games.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. Even though it's like sucks, you have to pay extra for it or whatever. Like, they just put the right games on there. Like,
Yes, of course. You have to pay extra for it,
but I guess I don't know.
which I definitely do. I
If I may
definitely
be so bold,
pay for it.
If anybody else would like to join my fucking family plan, it's not my Nintendo puts like lets you put like 10 people on your family plan, so it might as well.
I hadn't opened that for a while, and I opened it, and it was like, there's a bunch of new games: Crystal Shards, GoldenEye, Majora's Mask.
Isn't that random that GoldenEye is on there? Like,
Yeah. Banjo Tooie, or was it Banjo Kazooie?
I think both of them are on there now, or at least Banjo Kazooie. I really want to play. They put Fire Emblem on there. I really want to play that. At some point, they're going to put the Golden Sun games, which
This gang of idlers.
Crumbles is a good name for a mouse.
Oh, she's a Hootique. Ha 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 ha. She's a spy. What do you think?
A sardine sandwich.
What do you think? She's a spy.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Delivered to some non-suspicious character named Shadow.
Yep, definitely. Yep.
Yeah.
This piece of music is really nice.
There's something just soothing about even, like, just all the music in this game.
Oh yeah. Except for fucking Broadleaf, of course. For solve this fucking puzzle.
I love how they redid this area from Nino Kuni 1.
Well, they've built out since then.
Yeah.
Howdy do.
You are just standing
Thanks.
next to a tree,
That person is a cat.
next to the main major square.
This is reverse 5 goes west.
We don't see many of you around, many foreigners around, especially with all the borders closed. What? Like, of course.
It's weird. I don't know why they're not showing up.
Yeah.
Yeah, this issue is touching on a lot of things that, it's good that it's mice and cats so we can be cute about it, but, I don't,
Yeah.
I don't really want to talk about it.
Goodbye.
It is weird that we're playing this so shortly after the judge threw out the case from the survivors of the Tulsa massacre.
I haven't read the details on that yet, but I didn't even know there was an active case going until I read that it was
They've been
dismissed.
trying to bring it to court for years because there's only a couple of survivors
Yeah,
of it
I
left.
saw a photograph. They look
But the judge, my understanding is the judge basically threw it out because they said something along the lines of being connected to a historical event didn't doesn't mean that you were entitled to like. What? Oh my god, I'm forgetting the right word. Starts with an R.
reparations.
It's,
Damages?
yeah, basically reparations.
Well, it would be damages because it's a lawsuit.
Yeah. Something relating to that. Not it wasn't that.
I'm sure restitution.
Restitution. Yeah.
I'm sure that there's some good procedural reason for it, and when I read it, it'll make sense to me. But we're not really talking about that, are we?
Well, and as some people pointed out, when like
A species oppressed.
after World War II, a number of Jewish people in the U.S. who weren't remotely connected to who weren't like, and it's not remotely, but who weren't in Europe during the war, got restitution. Same for Japanese people that were in internment, who were not in internment camps, received the same. And it's like, well, they were like connected to historical events and they got restitution. Why aren't these people who were like actually there and affected by it able to get the same treatment? Anyway,
I'm sure they found a really good, like, there's a lot of ways, I'm just thinking about it in terms of as a shitty judge, there's a lot of ways you could easily throw that out, right? Like time, connection, like
Yeah.
what harm actually happened to you? Do you have a family member? As opposed to like something where it was more like legislative, right? Where it's like, okay, we just want to do this. Like
part of
you know-
like time is like refusing to take the case to begin with
right.
for decades.
Right, exactly. But they can hide under procedure. Like a legislature trying to pass like some kind of restitutionary measure doesn't have to do that. They can just do it, within reason, of course. But I mean, they're not bound by the rules of civil procedure or whatever. But in this case, like I'm sure a judge can be like, you know what? I don't want to hear that. I mean, the Supreme Court does it all the time.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear this shit. So you don't have standing because of
Yeah.
this. See you later.
There's also, like, right after, I think
Win?
somebody either in office in Oklahoma or running for office was arguing that the Tulsa massacre should be taught about in schools, but without any mention of race. As,
Back in my day, they used to call it the Tulsa race riots.
yeah,
Even when it was racist, it was still about race. I learned about it from Howard Zinn.
oh,
I think it's in that book,
the
People's History of the United
yeah.
States. But
People
I did not
mentioned
know about it at all. It was like Howard Zinn, and then I think a lot of people learned about it from Watchmen.
Yes, a lot of
I
people
think
learned
they
about
were
it
like,
from
"What's
Watchmen.
this fictional event?"
There's this
Obviously it
book
was amped up
called
maybe,
the I forgot what it's called. Summer of I read this book. It was about the summer of 1919. which was the year 1919, where there were tons of these quote-unquote race riots. And it wasn't quite as bad, but a similar event to Tulsa happened in, I think it was Galveston, Texas. Like a couple of months before my great-grandmother was born. Which was kind of crazy. Because it was like right in the neighborhood that she lived, that she was born in.
Probably witnessed the aftermath.
It was basically this white woman had deciding to leave her husband for a black man, and so
everybody died.
yeah.
That's usually how those things play out.
Was it Galveston?
Let's see if I can help this guy
And
out.
it was Longview, Texas. Not Galveston. Longview.
Where's Longview, Texas? What part of Texas is that?
It was part of what is called the Red Summer. Longview, Texas.
Stuff that smells all lovely, like about that wheat in it.
All that wheat.
Blossom wheat.
Gotta get that wheat. Longview is
Thank the
eastern
Lord.
Texas, near-ish, relatively,
I've
because of how big Texas is, to Shreveport, Louisiana.
That's where the string of
Oh no, that was just one of them. There was like a ton.
what?
There was a ton of these riots. Just in the U.S. in 1919. I think there was like, I don't even remember. I'm not gonna say, but there were at least dozens.
Well, on that note, see you guys next time. Technical difficulties, where we're gonna save the Grimalkins, who are
Yeah,
subject to they're a species oppressed.
yeah.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.